Hello and welcome to the world of maps, our editable PowerPoint maps for sales and marketing presentations. Today we're going to learn about how to enlarge or reduce a map. A question we are often asked is about taking out a section of a map and enlarging it to highlight it. So we're going to be working with one of our Maryland county maps, and this is a completely editable map, as all our maps are at the world of maps. What that means is that each element, whether it's land or text, is a separate object, and it can be customized or colored or pulled out or whatever you want to do. Before we begin looking at how to enlarge a section, let's just take a quick tour of our drawing toolbar. The drawing toolbar has a lot of the tools in it that we will use to do this. Most importantly will be the draw pop-up menu located over here on the left, and it has arrange, group, and ungroup, and that kind of thing in it. As we move our way across, we have the text tool for adjusting text. We have a pull-down menu that has all kinds of auto shapes in it, arrows and boxes and stars. We have the pop-up menu for changing the color of type, and the paint bucket for changing the color of an object. I'm going to be working with just this section over here on the right-hand side of the map, and we're going to just select these few counties and put them on a separate slide and enlarge them. There are two ways to select objects in PowerPoint. I can click on them, and you'll notice something is selected when you see the little handles all the way around. And if I hold down the Shift key on my keyboard, I can select multiple objects. And not only the land, but I can select the text. Notice each object becomes selected, and I can just go right through and select everything. The other way to select objects in PowerPoint is to use the drag method. And what I do is I take my mouse button, and using the right button on my mouse, I'm going to click and hold it down and then just drag it around all the elements that I want to select. And you notice the dotted line that's running around the outside. I release my mouse button, and everything inside of there has now been selected. So you can see all those things are together. A good thing to do at this point, before we go and do anything else, is to group it together. And that's sort of the secret of enlarging and reducing, is having all of your objects grouped together. So I can go to my Draw pop-up menu and come down here. You notice there's Group. And now all I have are 8 handles around the outside, because all of these things, you can notice I can move them out, move them in, are selected. So now that it's selected, I'm going to go to my Edit pull-down menu, and I'm going to copy it. So copy's right here. I'm going to go to a new slide. We could do this on this slide or a new slide, a little easier on a fresh slide. And I'm going to paste it. So paste, again, Edit pull-down menu, and we do paste, and it has popped into the location where it came from on the previous slide. I now want to move it to the center of the slide, so I'm just going to click and hold with my pointer, and using the right mouse button. On a PC, on the Mac, you just click with the regular mouse. Just drag it over to the center, release, and now it's ready to be enlarged. So if I go to one of the handles, the corner handles, and I like the right one, lower right one, I'm going to hold down my Shift key on the keyboard. That'll help keep things proportional. Click, hold it down, and drag it. You'll notice how it gets larger. You can also go smaller, or larger. So I can bring it down here, and I can also come up to the top, click, hold, and drag, and now it has filled the screen. It's nice and ready to go. What you will notice, though, is that the land enlarged, but the text did not. But it moved basically to the correct spot. So I need to enlarge my text, and I'm going to bring in my formatting palette. Remember, the formatting palette is located right here in the View menu, your formatting palette. That has all the commands in it that I need to enlarge my type. And while it's selected, I'm just going to go over here where it says 9 point, and I'm just going to increase it by 1 point and just keep going up by 1 or 2 points until I get it about the size that I like. So I think I'm going to go to about 12. That looks pretty good. Let's move this out of the way. And now that the type is about the size that I want it, I can go back to my Draw pop-up menu. I can do Ungroup. You see all the elements are back. I can deselect. So now I just want to move the type to maybe some better location. So if I click on it with my cursor, you'll see that I can edit this text, but also around the outside is this little gray line, this little gray dotted line. If I move my pointer or cursor right over that line, click and hold, I can move my text wherever I need to put it. So we can just make this look a little better. There we go. All the type is basically arranged where it looks nice. I can also now come in here and customize, and if I want to, I can click on a county and go to my fill pull-down menu. Maybe I'll add some color to it. Maybe I'll make this one orange, and there we go. So today we learned a little bit about how to enlarge or reduce a section of a map. We selected some objects, we grouped them together so that they became one unit. We copied it and then pasted it into a new slide. We enlarged it or reduced it, depending on what we want to do, by grabbing one of the corner handles and dragging it. We then increased the point size of the names on it to make them look a little better. We ungrouped it, adjusted our names, and we're ready to go. Thank you for joining us today at the World of Maps, our editable PowerPoint maps for enhancing your sales and marketing presentations. They're easy to edit and customize. We have world, US, states, counties, and regions. Maps can be located at 2 different spots on the web. We have bjdesign.com for our subscriptions, or Maps for Design, where you can download an individual map. As always, you can also get them on CD-ROM. Thank you again, and see you next time.